Hi there, welcome back to Real Builds. Now we're going to do something a little different here. We're going to do a product evaluation. It's part of the Geo Metro project, but it's something I've been wanting to do for a while. This is not a paid promotion in any way, shape, or form. I had it on the shelf. I wanted to see how it worked, see if it lived up to its standards. Now I've been messing around with Evaporust on small parts, little things, for a year or so now. And it always seems to work well, but I've never given it a real barn burner of a test. So yesterday, with our Geo Metro teardown, we had some brake rotors that were less than spectacular. Now these are just about brand new rotors, but because they've sat so long, they've become rust encapsulated. So just when we shut it down last night, I dug out the container of Evaporust I had, put it into a pan that I keep around for cleaning parts, and wrapped it in plastic. So let's see how it's done so far. Now it's been in here about 18 hours. And it sure seems to be doing the job. That's a big difference. From this to this in about 18 hours. So we're going to leave it in there for a while yet, while we're working on getting the engine out, and see exactly how it comes out for us. So we'll come back to this probably tomorrow and see exactly where we've gotten to, but so far it's looking pretty impressive. So now let's get back to doing hard work. Okay, we're back doing our product review. As you can see, this is the first rotor that came out. And now that it's been wiped down and dried off, it's looking pretty damn fine. It's essentially ready to go back on. Now all we're going to do to finish cleaning it up is use the Scotch-Brite pad and go over the whole rotor. Just make sure it's nice and smooth. Cleaned off, make sure there's no Evaporust residue left on it, and that's pretty much ready to install. The Evaporust seems to live up to its claim. Like I said, I've used it before on a lot of small stuff, but never on a part that big, and it looks like it turned out well. Now we're going to move this out of the way and pull this one out. You saw me put it in, and we did nothing. Dusted it off, chucked it into the Evaporust. So let's see what it looks like when it comes out in its raw form. And how it's turned out. And see what the actual results are fresh out of the goo. So that you know exactly what's going on with this product. And as you can see for yourself, after 24 hours in the Evaporust, this one has come out essentially the same way. And again, I haven't cleaned it up or anything else at this point, but the rust has definitely been taken away. and it's looking very good. Again, we'll have to clean it up with Scotch-Brite to get rid of everything, make sure it's all good. But I'm giving Evaporust pretty high marks on this. Now, you saw how rusty the rotors were when they came off, and now they're ready to pretty much be used. We'll Scotch-Brite them up. They were good before, they should be good now. The other thing that's great with Evaporust is it's reusable. So the goo in there will go into a settling jug, and it'll be allowed to sit for a week or so, and then I'll run it through a strainer and use it again, as I've been doing with the small parts. So it's expensive in my mind. The container, 1 US gallon, runs about 20 bucks where I live, but I've had that container for a few years and it's still working, and I have a second container that has a little bit of Evaporust in it that I've recycled, and if you keep recycling it, I guess it works out well. So check mark for Evaporust. As you can see from this test, it obviously works. Takes time, so it's not exactly something you'd use in a shop where you're trying to turn products around, but for the home use, and even on larger items like these brake rotors, it works well. So check mark for Evaporust from me, and we'll keep using it on larger and larger components, and if we find a change, we'll let everybody here at Real Builds know. Till then, take care.